generally what people do is a big mistake, and that is you make a product that you think will sell, you go out to people and say, would you buy my product? Would you buy my product? Would you buy my product? Before you decide what product or service you're going to sell, it's very important to know who's going to buy it. Who is your target market? And generally, it's a great idea to actually spend a lot of time in that phase called market research. What you do in this phase is you figure out who might be most likely to be my client. What might be their age, gender, geographical location, their likes and dislikes, what kind of phones they use, what kind of browsers they browse from, what kind of things they like on Facebook, etc., etc. If you go on Facebook's ad manager, just spend a little time how you can actually identify and target people based on if they're married or not, what college they went to, what kind of job title they have, etc., etc. So spend a little bit of time going through what are the different ways you can target the kind of customer who is going to be interested in your product or services, or the problem you're solving. Once you identify that, then go to those people where they hang out and reach out and ask them the right questions. This is called primary market research, where you ask them questions like, do you face this problem every day? What do you think is the solution? And maybe you, at that point, share a little bit of what you're thinking might be a potential solution. Would you be interested in it? Would you recommend this to someone? And with that, you understand if, look at the eyes and understand if these people really care about the problem and are willing to pay for it. Is it a pay-worthy problem, or is it a problem that they're willing to live with? That's what makes or breaks a business model. Now, you can also do secondary market research, which you can get from Nielsen, marketresearch.com, Google Trends, Google Keyword Search, BuzzSumo.com, all these different websites, Quora, see what kind of questions people are asking. What it does is it tells you about what kind of questions people are asking and what really is the problem that your target audience is trying to solve. And if you can come up with a solution and show it to the market and be like, hey, what do you think about this? Now, people are nice generally. They're not going to tell you on the face, your product sucks, or your solution sucks. They'll be like, it's nice, it's fine. That doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't. Versus if you tell people like, hey, would you buy this? And they're like, yeah, I'd buy it. Like, okay, I got a car full of those. I'm getting it right now. Are you willing to swipe your credit card? That's when you get the real response. If they're really willing to take out the credit card and swipe it, right? So asking the right questions, you can learn that with a process called laddering. Go Google it or YouTube it. Laddering is a process of asking a series of questions and going into subconscious, understanding of why people act in a certain way and why they would want your product or services. So with the process of laddering, you do primary market research. With marketresearch.com and Nielsen and BuzzSumo and Quora and Facebook, Google Keyword Search allow you to get a trend on overall perspective of where your target market is going and what might be a problem they're facing. Once you understand this problem and maybe what kind of solution they're looking for that would gel well with their need, or even the fact that if they have a need that they're willing to pay for, once those validations are done, now you can spend time on your business model and your service and designing it step by step, but still one step at a time. You take one step and you go and ask questions and show it to them. Hey, would you refer it to a friend? Not like, would you use it because they're going to say yes, most likely because they're nice, right? And they don't want to offend you. Would you recommend it to a friend? Why would you recommend it to a friend? Why would they care about it? Why is this problem so important to you? Etc. Right? These questions, you take one step, you build, you test, ask the questions, you learn, you come back, you build, you test, ask the questions, come back, you learn. And this is how product development goes. This is how you actually are constantly market researching as you're going along. And your market research will tell you what kind of marketing you will have once your product or service is ready. That prepares you to market, or rather put the marketing genetics in your product before even the product is ready for launch. And generally what people do is a big mistake, and that is you make a product that you think will sell, you go out to people and say, would you buy my product? Would you buy my product? Would you buy my product? Bad idea. Rather, know who is going to buy your product, ask them what they want, go back to the drawing board, build it, ask them, build it, test it, build it, launch it.